In this lesson, we'll learn how to set up our project files. This would mean just setting up our folders and our files, gathering our resources, and setting up the framework we need to start the project. This is just something I like to do. If you're used to something else, then it's okay. I would just like to show you how my workflow is done and what I got used to. So let's first open up our project folder. As you can see, we'll be doing the Nexus 5 product showcase webpage. It's going to be a single webpage. We've got the folder here. Let's first create one folder called materials. This is where we'll be putting all our resources that we'll gather on the internet. I've got all of the links in the reference file, so you can check them out there. We'll also be downloading them separately, so I'll explain what each and every one will be, and we'll also look at all the files we'll be getting. Also, another folder called layouts. This will be the folder for the design Photoshop files. And another folder called HTML, which will be the folder containing our development files. Okay, and if we just start off with gathering our resources. So since this is an Nexus 5 webpage, I found a DeviantArt user who's got some nice mock-up images we can use. These are Nexus 5 images in different positions. I thought that I would use them for the gallery. So let's download this. And we've got the 3 PSD files here. And let's put them in our materials folder. Okay. I've got another one which I thought I would use for the hero image for the top section of the web page. Let's also download this one. Note that all of these mockup images should come with a PSD file, and you should be able to edit the screen, maybe put some your own content in it, so it should look a lot better than this one with the blue background. Okay, and we've got the tilted image. Let's put this one in the materials folder. What I also like to do is to get a Chrome mockup image, if you should say that. This is basically just for the presentation of the layout. You don't need to use this actually. You can use any other browser mockup, or you can use none at all. This is just so the actual layout will look a bit more realistic, sort of give you a feeling of what's going to look like when you view it in the browser. Let's download this one as well. And we've got in the downloads folder, we've got a Chrome PSD. Let's put that in the materials as well. Okay. And now we've got the layouts. Let's create our PSD file. So open up our Photoshop. Create a new one. I usually like to do something about 1600 by 2000 pixels. The resolution should be 27 pixels per inch, and the color mode should be RGB. Okay, and we've got this one. Let's not do anything yet. We'll do that in our later lessons when we create our actual layouts. Let's just save this, and let's save it in our project folder in our layouts, and let's name this Nexus 5-web-front. This is just a simple naming solution I got used to. So it's basically the name of the project, the type of the file, and what the actual file then is. Okay, so there's PSD in the layouts, save. We can now close this. Okay, that's it. Last one is our HTML. Again, I've got my own framework built up here. I used boilerplate here along with some Sass files. I also created some of my own. So again, this is something I got used to and I like using, so I'm familiar with it. If you got something on your own, that's fine. If not, you've got the link to my repository in the reference files. Okay, and let's download this one as well. We've got the files here. Let's put them in our HTML folder. Okay, so just a quick look at what we've got here. Here are the actual Sass files. So in the core, we've got some global, grid, normalize, and tabs. We won't be using tabs in this project. We can delete that. Global is basically used for any global styles. Grid is actually something I've made myself. I haven't actually found a decent, simple grid system that I could use. This is something I've built, so it's actually quite simple, easy to use, so that's why I like to use it. And we've got the normalize SCSS. This is just the standard normalize styles. Then we've got the layout, which contains already header and the footer SCSS files. We've got the pages, which already contains front SCSS files. We've got the partials, which contains our own mixins. I also have some already predefined. And our settings, which contains some of the grid settings files and also our colors and responsive sizes. That is the variables for the responsive sizes. Also in the vendor, I've got the animate CSS files here, which is actually a port to the SCSS version. It's actually a great framework to use if you need some quick animations, CSS3 animations. It's really easy. You just add the classes to your HTML and you're basically done. And we've also got the main SCSS file, which just basically puts all the files I just described to you in one single file so your compiler can do the magic and output your CSS file. Then we've got the scripts, the main.js file with your own functions, and the vendor we've got jQuery and Modernizer. Style sheets is just the compiled CSS file, and then you've got the config.rb, which is the configuration file for Sass. Then we've got the index.html file, and also the readme MD file, which is from GitHub, so we can delete this. So that would be it. This is just some basic setup for our project. This is basically setting up our foundations for our next lessons, and hope you liked it. Again, this is something I got used to. If you've got something on your own, it's okay. If you want to use mine, that's also fine.